The Princess and the Pea. Once upon a time, there was a prince who lived in a big castle with his mom, the Queen. The prince was a very nice and happy young man, and he wanted something very special. Do you know what he wanted? He wanted to get married, but not just to anyone. Oh no. He wanted to marry a real princess. One day, the prince went to talk to his mom. Mom, I want to get married, but it has to be to a real princess. I don't want just any princess. I want the most real one. The Queen laughed and said, Son, finding a real princess is hard. There are many princesses out there, but not all of them are true princesses. The prince sighed. I know, Mom. I've looked everywhere. I've met many princesses, but none of them seem real. One was too loud, another complained all the time, and another one ate all the food in one bite. The Queen chuckled. Son, finding the perfect princess is not easy, but I have an idea. If any princess comes to the castle, I know how to find out if she's a real princess. The prince looked curious. How, Mom? The Queen smiled mysteriously. With a little pea, she said. If a princess comes, I will know if she's real. The prince scratched his head. A pea? What does a pea have to do with a princess? But before the Queen could explain, that very night, a big storm began. The wind blew very hard. The sky was full of thunder and lightning. Boom! Wow, what a storm, said the prince. I hope no one is outside. But then, knock, knock, knock. Someone knocked on the castle door. Who could it be at this hour and in this storm? Wondered the prince as he went to open the door. When the prince opened the door, he saw a young woman soaked from the rain. She was completely wet. Her hair was dripping and her dress was muddy. Hello, I am a princess, said the young woman, shivering from the cold. I was travelling, but I got lost in the storm. Can I stay here tonight? The prince looked at the young woman from head to toe. A princess? He thought, a little doubtful. She doesn't look like a princess, she's all dirty. But the Queen, who was also at the door, said, Of course, dear, you can stay here tonight. But are you really a princess? The young woman nodded. Yes, I am. I'm a real princess. The Queen smiled mysteriously again. All right. Let's see if you're truly a princess, she thought. Come. I'll prepare a room for you, said the Queen. The Queen took the princess to a big room and started her plan. Prince, come here, whispered the Queen when the princess wasn't looking. We're going to do the pea test. The pea test? Asked the prince, still confused. The Queen giggled. Yes, son, this is what we'll do. I'll put a pea under the mattress of the bed, but not just one mattress. I am going to put 20 mattresses and 20 pillows on top of the pea. If the princess can feel the pea under all those mattresses and pillows, then she's a real princess. Only a very delicate princess can feel something so small. The prince's eyes went wide. 20 mattresses and 20 pillows. That's a lot. No one can feel a pea under all that. The Queen smiled. A real princess can feel it. Let's see what happens. So the Queen placed the pea under the first mattress. Then she put 1, 2, 3. until there were 20 mattresses stacked up high. On top of the mattresses, she put 20 big, fluffy pillows. The bed looked like a mountain. It was so tall, the princess would need a ladder to climb up. "Wow, that bed is huge," said the prince. "Do you think the princess can even sleep up there?" The queen chuckled. "We'll find out in the morning." The princess, very tired from the storm, climbed the ladder and got into the giant bed. "Thank you for the bed," she said, yawning. "I hope I sleep well tonight." But during the night, the princess couldn't sleep. She turned this way and that way in bed. "Ouch! Something is bothering me," the princess said. "This bed is so soft, but I feel something hard." She tossed and turned all night, but couldn't get comfortable. "What is going on? Why can't I sleep?" she said, frustrated. Finally, morning came, and the queen went to see how the princess had slept. "Good morning, dear," said the queen with a smile. "How did you sleep?" The princess looked very tired, with big circles under her eyes. "Oh, it was awful. I couldn't sleep at all. Something hard was bothering me all night. I feel like I have bruises all over." The queen smiled proudly. "Aha! I knew you were a real princess," she said. The prince, who had been listening, asked, surprised, "You really felt something hard? But there were 20 mattresses and 20 pillows. How is that possible?" The princess sighed and said, "I don't know what it was, but something felt wrong. I could feel something small and hard under all those mattresses." The queen then pulled out the tiny pea from under the first mattress and said, "This is the pea that bothered you. Only a real princess can feel something so small under so many mattresses and pillows." The prince was amazed. "Wow! She's a real princess," he said excitedly. "I've finally found her." And so the happy prince went to the princess and said, "Would you like to stay with me in the castle? We can get married and live happily ever after." The princess, still a bit sleepy, smiled and said, "Yes, I'd love to." The prince and the princess had a big wedding with music, yummy food and lots of friends. The pea was put in a glass box as a memory, and they always remembered the funny story of how the prince found his true princess because of a tiny pea, and they lived happily ever after. The end.